Greetings! You've just tuned into House Lux Estate, your hub for intriguing and insightful content. Today's topic is one that has sparked countless debates, inspired numerous movies, and even shaped the course of human history. Yes, we're diving headfirst into the fascinating world of politics. More specifically, we're peeling back the curtain on the highest office in the land, the presidency. Now, you might think you know all there is to know about becoming a president. After all, we've all seen the election campaigns, the debates, and the inauguration ceremonies. But there's so much more beneath the surface, from the rules and regulations to the perks and pitfalls. Today, we're revealing 10 things you probably didn't know about becoming a president. So buckle up and prepare for a ride through the corridors of power. Let's explore the journey, the challenges, and the triumphs that make the presidency such a unique and captivating subject. Firstly, did you know there's an age requirement to becoming a president? That's right, age isn't just a number when it comes to the presidency. Different countries have different age requirements for their top job. In the United States, for instance, the Constitution stipulates that a presidential candidate must be at least 35 years old. This requirement is based on the belief that a certain level of maturity and life experience is necessary to lead a nation as diverse and complex as the United States. Think about it. At 35, most people have had a chance to experience a wide range of life's ups and downs, and hopefully have gained some wisdom along the way. Other countries have similar or even higher age requirements, reinforcing the notion that youth, while valuable, is not the only factor to consider when choosing a leader. Yes, indeed! You've got to have a few years under your belt to lead a nation. Moving on to our second point, the birthright. In the United States, as in many other countries, being a natural-born citizen is a strict requirement to become the president. The reasoning behind this rule is to ensure that the president has a deep-rooted connection to the country they're leading. This means, simply, that they were born on the country's soil, or, in some cases, abroad to parents who are citizens of that country. Now, this doesn't mean that naturalized citizens, those who've gained citizenship through immigration and naturalization processes, aren't valued or can't hold significant roles within the government. They indeed can and do. But the presidency, the highest office in the land, remains exclusive to those born into citizenship. So, no matter how long you've lived in a country, if you weren't born there, the presidency might just be out of reach. Third on our list is the residency requirement. Now, you might think it's a given, but it's not as straightforward as it appears. To run for the presidency, one needs to have lived in the United States for at least 14 years. This rule is not necessarily consecutive, but it is cumulative. So if you've lived abroad for work, study, or any other reason, don't worry. You can still chase your presidential dreams, provided you've racked up 14 years on American soil. This requirement ensures that the potential president has a profound understanding and experience of the American way of life, its customs, its challenges, and its hopes. It's a way to ensure a deep connection to the country and its people. So, if you've been planning to pack your bags and move to another country, you might have to rethink your plans if the Oval Office is on your horizon. Seems like you can't just show up and run for president, can you? Next up, ever wondered where all the campaign funding comes from? Here's the scoop. Campaign funding is a critical part of any presidential run. It's the fuel that keeps the campaign machine running, from paying staff to buying ads. The funds typically come from a mix of individual contributions, political party support, and in some cases, the candidate's own pockets. There are rules to this game, though. The Federal Election Commission sets individual contribution limits, currently capped at $2,800 per election. Super PACs, however, can raise unlimited sums, leading to controversies and debates about the influence of money in politics. But remember, there's more to a campaign than just money. It's about getting a message out and connecting with voters. Still, the price tag can be staggering. The 2020 campaign, for instance, was the most expensive in history, costing over $14 billion. Running for president sure seems expensive. Now, let's talk about the election process. The journey to the Oval Office is no small feat. It kicks off with the primary elections and caucuses. Here, party members vote for their preferred candidate to represent them in the general election. This stage is crucial. It's where potential presidents are tested and their policies scrutinized by their fellow party members. Once a candidate emerges victorious from the primaries, they move on to the general election. This is a nationwide vote held on the first Tuesday after the first Monday in November. It's a race against the clock as candidates travel the country, rallying for votes. Every citizen's vote counts, but it's the Electoral College that has the final say. This body of electors, chosen by each state, cast the deciding votes. Getting to the presidency is not just about popularity. It's a complex process that balances the will of the people with the structure of our nation's government. And that's how presidents are elected. A seventh on our list is the inauguration. This is a grand event that marks the official beginning of a new presidential term. But what exactly does it entail? It all kicks off with the oath of office. Administered by the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, the president-elect swears to preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States. This solemn pledge is more than a tradition. It's a constitutional requirement. Following the oath, the newly minted president delivers the inaugural address. This speech sets the tone for the upcoming term and outlines the administration's goals. From Franklin D. Roosevelt's "Only thing we have to fear is fear itself" to John F. Kennedy's "Ask not what your country can do for you," inaugural addresses have given us some of the most memorable lines in American history. The inauguration is a day of celebration, reflection, and anticipation. A fitting ceremony for the start of a presidential term, don't you think? Now, let's talk about the perks that come with being a president. The Oval Office and the title are just the tip of the iceberg. As the leader of the free world, the president enjoys a multitude of benefits. First off, there's the White House, a stunning piece of real estate that also happens to be one of the most secure places on Earth. The president also receives a hefty salary, currently set at $400,000 a year, along with a $50,000 annual expense account. But the perks don't stop there. There's a personal chef, a fully equipped gym, a private movie theater, and even a bowling alley. Plus, the president has access to Camp David, the presidential retreat nestled in Maryland's Catoctin Mountain Park. And let's not forget the presidential fleet. With Air Force One and the presidential limousine, the president gets to travel in style. So it's not just all work and no play for presidents. Ninth on our list is the post-presidency life. Picture this. After years of serving at the helm of the nation, you now find yourself transitioning from the Oval Office to a life of relative normalcy. But what's normal for a former president? For starters, the benefits are quite generous. A hefty pension, free postage, and office space are just some of the perks. However, it's not all rosy. The constant security detail, for instance, can be quite intrusive. Yet the most significant part of post-presidency life is the opportunity to continue shaping the world. Many former presidents become advocates, speakers, or authors, leveraging their influence to affect change. They may also establish foundations like the Carter Center or Clinton Foundation to further their policy goals. But there's also time for leisure. Golfing, painting, and even skydiving have made the list of presidential pastimes. So, life after the presidency can be quite interesting. Finally, let's talk about the presidential legacy. It's the lasting imprint a president leaves on their country and the world. More than anything, it's a reflection of their time in office, a testament to their leadership and the decisions they made. A president's legacy is often seen through the lens of history. It's their policies, their initiatives, and their responses to crises that will be remembered, studied, and debated. They shape not only the nation's future, but also its identity. But it's not just about policy, it's also about character. The way a president conducts themselves in office, their integrity, their compassion, and their commitment to the people they serve are all part of their legacy. In essence, a president's legacy is their contribution to the ongoing story of their nation. It's a chapter in history written by their actions and their vision. Indeed, a president's legacy can live on long after they've left office. And that concludes our journey through the world of presidency. We've traversed through the maze of age requirements, birthright, and residency prerequisites. We've delved into the complex landscape of campaign funding and the intricate intricacies of the election process. We've witnessed the pomp of inaugurations, the benefits of presidential perks, and the contrasting tranquility of post-presidency life. Not to mention, we've touched upon the immortal realm of a presidential legacy. Each of these elements paints a unique portrait of what it means to hold the highest office in the land, a role steeped in responsibility, power, and scrutiny. Yet it's also a role that carries the potential for profound change and enduring influence. If you found this video informative, Don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more content from House Lux Estate. Until next time, stay curious.